Oh man, ooh, I look raggedy as hell. Sorry, I just got off work actually. I literally just got home. So what's up, everybody? First things first, 100 subscribers. Y'all the real ones, bro. Got my little pimp here. No, seriously, thank you. I mean, 100 of you find me entertaining. I'd say probably a good 20 to 30 of you are people I actually physically know, but the other 70, percent of you aren't people I know. So, hell yeah, shout out to you guys. It's been a bit, and I do apologize. I actually went on vacation. Friends got married down in Destin, Florida, destination wedding in Florida, because apparently all my friends are rich. I'm talking crap. I got married in Florida too, but we just did it with like 15 people on the beach. Bada boom, bada bam, done. Really cheap. You're looking to get married? What did it cost us? I think it was like the flights, hotel, and everything. The hotel we said that was really nice too. I think it was like maybe $5-6 grand in total for us to get married. That's cheap as hell. Anyway, bringing you guys some more Civic content. So I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because I kind of cheated on y'all. All right, I was out here a couple days ago, and it was one of those days where I was like needing to do something, but I'm still waiting on parts for the Integra to come in, so I couldn't really do too much for that. And I was like, you know what, we're just gonna toss this together real quick. So this is how she sits right now. Look at her, beautiful. Got the bumper on, got the headlights in. I'll just show you these headlights when it gets dark outside. They actually look really good. You ain't gonna be able to see shit, but they look good. It's on the ground. It's on all fours. Zoom that out right there. Oh, hold on, camera a little dirty. My bad, y'all. Boop, boop, boop. All right, there we go. Yeah, it looks fantastic. So two things with this car. Well, not really necessarily. It's not the car's fault. I apparently had not one but two bad P28s. Both P28s I plugged in. One of them, the board I plugged in and just started smoking. And I was like, all right, it's short somewhere. So I chased down wires, whatnot, couldn't find anything that was touching. Come to find out, the tooth on the chip, one of the teeth on the chip had cracked off, so it was only on 27 pins. I believe they're 28 pin connectors. That's not good. Do not run damaged chips. You can fry your board. I figured that out the hard way. That's why I pay attention to detail, because I know when I pulled it out of the chip burner, it was all solid. Something happened when I put it in. I did find the broken off piece that was in, or it was sitting in the computer. So yeah, anyway, and then I had a personal P28 that I had bought whenever I thought I damaged the Honda and the Integra, and come to find out I wasted money on that because that one was bad too. Luckily I got another P28, and this one came from my actual job, my day job, and it was in a core box. And typically whenever we get core boxes, I mean 9 times out of 10 they're bad and need rebuilt. I just smacked a chip in the thing and put it in the car and started right up. I was like, oh, hell yeah. So as you can see here, I'll show you guys, have it all just kind of open right now because obviously I've been testing stuff. So this is a P28 I got from work. This right here is a Honda Rules coil on plug conversion. The ECU still works without the conversion, or with the conversion crap in it, so it's still reading off of the distributor, which is cool. I guess if you want to go coil on plug, obviously you need the wiring harness from this up to the coil packs and whatnot. This was a good find because we can't sell these at work because it's been modified and through the EPA, blah blah blah, saving polar bears, whatever, can't do it. So I bought it, and I'm very grateful that I actually got the opportunity to buy it, because it saved me. Another chip P28 would have probably ran about what, $250, $300 somewhere in there. So it saved me a lot of money at the end of the day. Anyway, so today what I'm doing is we're just going to button up the car some more. So I was chasing down wires for the ignition and why it wouldn't work trying to start the car. Come to find out, there is a bad connection somewhere. Don't know where. I'm not, tearing apart the harness because it runs through the actual main harness for the engine and everything. Runs up to the chassis harness, goes up into the ignition system, blah, 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 blah. I also went ahead and just put a standard ignition back in the car instead of that little weird cheap sensor thing, because it just wasn't working. So what I thought wasn't working, actually it was probably fine. Come to find out, and I don't know if it's still in here, I may have tossed it out, but there was a really cheap momentary switch in here that had 2 wires running to it, and I was like, that's probably how they were starting the car. So instead of running a really cheap momentary switch, I'm gonna run a slightly cheap momentary switch. So I'm gonna run the same switch that I use for my rolling anti-lag on the Integra. You can get, I mean, where they at? Yeah, just this guy right here. There's a little boop boop press button momentary switch. I'm not sure if I'm going to put an inline resistor in it, but I might. You know, it really just depends. I just don't want it to burn out on the next person to own this car, because that would suck. Also, what else did I do? I put back in, it had some off-brand aftermarket main relay, and I'm a hoarder of main relays, so obviously I had a spare. Toss that back in there. No biggie. But yeah. So what I'm doing today is just a little bit more buttoning up, and maybe even taking on its first drive. I did move it back and forth in the driveway a little bit. Brakes need bled up in the front. No biggie. It's easy to do. I got to button up. It's just buttoning up. I keep saying it. That's literally all it is. It's just me trying to get it to, like, you know, running standard here. So yeah, what we're going to attack first is wiring up the press button start, and then after that, I'm gonna go through my piping, see if we can toss an intake on here, and some other little pedally crap. I'll take you guys along for the ride. Normally I would just like time lapse and stuff, but it's so many small little things that are really quick to do that I think I'll actually just show you what I'm doing here. So yeah, give me one moment. I'm gonna go get my wiring stuff, and we're gonna fix a few things. All right, so actually before I attack the starter solenoid situation, I'm gonna go ahead and fix this wiring for the VTEC solenoid. So we got the VTEC solenoid right here. It's one wire, and there is a sub harness that came with the car, as you can see. So the single wire right here is already running to the ECU. It just needs to be plugged in, or, you know, I guess technically I need to solder it in, but I'm not doing that. And then I don't know if this car with this tune, if it's running the pressure switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wire it in anyway. That way it's there, ain't got nothing to worry about. As you can see, both connectors for whatever reason are broken. So this is why I keep spare harnesses around. So I got a 2-plug right here that will wire into this. Even though this is green or blue and black, I'm just going to use the green onto the blue and the black onto the black, you know, power ground, whatever. And then, you know, obviously the VTEC solenoid's one wire, so that doesn't really matter. And then I had a spare starter solenoid single wire here that I'm actually going to run instead of cutting one that's already, well, it's already been cut, as you can see here. It's kind of dangling and hanging out, but at least I know that this is going to work, and it slides on perfectly fine. I've already tested it, and this is going to be one wire that goes to the momentary switch, and then we're going to find a 12-volt source from the fuse box, more than likely, and we'll run it down and up into the momentary switch, and we should just be able to press the button and it should turn the car over. I have a bunch of spare intercooler piping that I'm going to see if I can figure something out here. I don't need like a full intake, but, you know, just something so it's not just sitting open like that, you know. At least if I can get something that comes about right here in this general area, your typical hot air intake for any Honda hot boy crap, I'd be happy with that. And I need to tighten that up. And some reason, somehow, some way, this belt's holding on. It started up and it was squealing for dear life last time I messed with it, but now it just starts up, it doesn't make a noise. I'm not going to trust it, and I'm going to tell whoever buys the car to replace that ASAP. I'm going to look. All right, now that that's all done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the starter solenoid situation, if I could talk. So running is not a problem. I'm going to follow where the previous owner ran the wideband wire through, that plug right up there, which I think is probably for, this wouldn't have been a cruise control car, so actually I don't even know what that is, probably just a dead plug. But I need to figure out where to install it inside the car. So hop up in here. Let's see. So this little stupid guy is just dangling right here. I could go into this, and I think I do have access from the back. I should be able to get to that. Or, you know, boys, I don't really know. Boys and girls, I'm sorry. We'll try. Yeah, this is probably our best bet, and that's really close to the fuse box as well, so it shouldn't really take much. Yeah, let me pop this plug out real quick and see what we can do. All right, so went ahead, drilled the hole. Oh, there it is. Button's right there. Like I said, just running off the back. I do have the wire ran from the solenoid. Zoom you guys out, I'm sorry. Wire ran from the solenoid. I'm gonna go black there, and then the power here. I'm trying to figure out, so there's obviously, you know, already has like, you know, aftermarket crap for like the wideband and stuff that really does nothing running. This I feel like can be ran on a constant or from a 12-volt source. It really doesn't matter, because all that matters is when you hit this button. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probe while the car is off and see what's constant, and just go from there, really, you know. Yo, Mike, what's up? What you do with the Tesla? Be real with you, bro, I don't even be knowing, man. I used it on the Integra, you know what I'm saying? I was probing stuff, and you know, shit, it's beyond me. Why didn't you put it back where you got it from? Shit, bro, you know I got that ADHD. Fuck out of here. Put it back where I got it. You hear this, man, bro? Put it back where I got it from. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I have no idea what I did with Tesla. What the fuck? You know, I have a whole bin dedicated to wiring and, you know, stuff like that, and that's where it belongs, yet it ain't here. So, yep. Anyway, look what I found. My fucking Tesla light. So, let's go probe stuff. Let's see what happens here. All right, so, let's see. I think that should ground up well enough here. That right there. Let's probe some stuff. All right, one of you guys got to be giving me something when the car is off. No. 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 Nope. Nope. There it is. Okay, so we can use that. I'm sorry, I'm not even filming correctly here. This is constant, whatever this is for. That one is not, and that one is not. But if I put the car in, put it in auxiliary here, see if any of these top three give me anything. Nope. Nope. That still does though. What if I put it in the start position? Nope. Nope. That looks like it's it. The only bad boy is giving me something here, I guess. I mean, there's other fuses in here, but this would be the easiest one to access. So I think this is what we're going to run off of right here. This top single big plug. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that one right there. What I'll do is I'll just toss a little butt connector, little slide connector on there, and wire this crap in. So, all right, so I got it all put together, you know, with hopes and dreams. Anyway, my calculations are correct. Make sure this thing's in neutral. We should be able to power it. Nice. Nice. Cool. No more jumping the solenoid. So it can now be started from inside the car. Oh, this is what I'm saying about the wideband. Look at this. Believe me, it's not running that rich at all, but whatever. Yeah, that's cool. So, all right, now we're gonna move on to other crap. We got to figure out this intake situation. So let's go see what we got running around the garage. And I think there's some piping in the back of this thing too. All right, so I got the intake set up. This all actually kind of worked out really well. So I had this, I think this was like a 60 degree, I don't know, geometry, sitting in the garage. It was something for the Integra that ended up being way too big. And it's also way too big for this, but I don't care. And then I used this piping, which is the intake piping, if I'm not mistaken. That's supposed to go onto the turbo to, you know, run it underneath the car so it's getting cold air. And then this K&N filter that I purchased today from a junkyard because I wanted this pipe right here. This is for a whole different situation. It's actually for the GTI, but yeah. And then found some vacuum hose sitting in the garage, so you know, went ahead and did this nonsense right here. If it were my car, I would delete all of this, but it's not, and this is definitely a minimum effort type situation here. So yeah, that is done. I think that's everything I needed to do in the engine bay. Oh no, I got to tighten the alternator, but that's all right. So I got the car relatively buttoned up here. You know, pretty much where I was at beforehand. Cleaned off the cowl, cleaned up the interior a bit, got everything off the floorboard for the most part. And I plan on test driving this car. However, fuck piece of shit Prius over here, for whatever reason, drains the battery if it sits for more than like 4 days. It's funny because I'll start it up and I'll just move it into the yard to get it out the way, and that like reset, you know, the 4-day countdown for some reason. And that's just me literally starting it up for 10 seconds just to move it. So yeah, we'll wait for this battery to charge. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried to jump a Prius. It's almost impossible, it seems like, man. Like these things, when they drain, they drain. So all right, so just got done cooking. It looks like it's about to storm its ass off. So I'll go ahead and shut the garage down. I got the Prius moved out the way, and that's where it's going to live for the time being, right behind the truck. 2 broken ass cars. We'll try this out. We'll see what's up. So the goal here is, I'm not driving it super far by any means. I'm gonna drive it down the street. God, this thing sits so low, and drive it right back. So don't really have a good place to set you guys up in here, but we'll try. Get the seating position and everything figured out here. Oh, here we go. All right, key on, neutral. All right, and just so it won't keep flashing at us, I know what's wrong with it. Just stop that. Okay, no auto air control valve, I get it. Okay, I need to go closer. Yeah, RSX seats in EG are odd. Like, they sit low and high at the same time. Alright, so this is the backlighting of the cluster, which the center doesn't even work, is what this thing here is for. So I can change it to green or blue, dim it, brighten it. It's kind of garbage, to be honest with you, but hey, whatever. This window down is hot as hell in here. All right. Yeah, well, it's moving. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, you know, it's driving. It's doing running car things. Steering wheel's crooked because I put it on crooked apparently. Oh man, this thing rides like hell. Like I said, brakes definitely need blood. They're a little soft, but they do work. Got a grinding noise up front, but I think it's because one of the dust shields are hitting the rotor. Okay, so it does not like partial throttle at all, but that could be for a plethora of different reasons. I don't think it's tune related. The throttle cable is all sorts of funky on this thing, and it doesn't have an idle air control valve. So, I don't know. It should have 2-step apparently though, so let's try it out. Yep, it works. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it works. That's about all I can say about it at the moment, at least. Here, actually, let me show you guys what these headlights look like. This is the best places ever to do it, huh? Camera all up in my face. This thing's gonna need an axle too. I can hear it clicking like a mofo. Alright, let's hop out of here. Whoa, it's windy. Dang, boy. Look how blue they are. I actually ordered these for a car I sold a while ago. They just so happened to fit a Civic, so I was like, I would have tossed them in there. Well, yeah. Not much for a first drive, I'm sorry. I don't want to go too far from the house. I'm just glad that it's up, it's running. I can move it, it can get sold. That's what's most important. So yeah, I think he wants in between $3,000 to $3,500 for it. Normally I would say, you know, probably have a decent chance at haggling, but I actually have some say in the price because a lot of my money went into it through my business to get it running, which may not seem like much because the motor was cheap, but you toss in the motor, fluids, I'm not even going to put labor in there, and a bunch of the other crap I just had to buy for the damn thing. You know, it actually all kind of adds up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, that's where we're at with it, and hopefully somebody wants it. So that's going to be the end of this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Sorry about all the cuts. You know, when you're doing stuff like this, it's kind of hard to, you know, get every little bit of detail in there. It is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Peace.